Welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. My name is Chris, bringing it to you here from Westlake Village, where it's bright and sunny and cloudy all at the same time today. We're getting a little bit of weird weather, but today we're going to talk about Bitcoin, starting out with a macro view. We'll go down to the nitty gritty and the short-term time frames in a minute, but I just wanted to remind ourselves where we're at in the grand scheme of things. And actually, it's a good time to check out the market psychology chart. You can always go to our resource center to check things out like this, but the Wall Street cheat sheet here, psychology of the market, and where I think we are. I think we are probably in about this stage of the market cycle. If you ask me, I think people are finally believing that Bitcoin is a real thing, that they should have some exposure to it. And we are kind of chopping around here sideways. So hopefully we're there and not here. We're definitely not in the euphoric stage, that's for sure. If you take a look at the fear and greed, the crypto fear and greed index, we're at a 63 right now. We just hit a 72 read, which is not too bad, perhaps for a bit of a local high here. Market tops out when, things are extremely greedy and, probably above a 90 or at least above an 80. So we're not even close to that yet. So that's one bit of context to take into account. Secondly, from a timing perspective, and our theory that the bull market starts 12 months before the halving typically lasts about 130 to 140 weeks. Well, why do we say that? Well, if you just look at the very first bull run from peak to top here, we're talking about, that's on a daily time frame. Let's look at it on a weekly time frame. From the macro low to high here, we'll call that 111 weeks. So that was the shortest bull market using this framework of 12 months before the halving. Again, two blue lines. This is 12 months before the halving. This is the halving. There's the consolidation. There's the rocket up. 12 months before the halving, there's the consolidation after the halving, and then the rocket up. That was 137 weeks. And then the last bull market, 12 months before the halving, from the low to the high, we're talking about 133 weeks. So we got 111, 130, and 133. So if we take the average and we go out 130 bars, would take us into October of 2025. And, we're gearing up for somewhere in this circle. Now, do I think we moonshot straight through the major resistance level, which is coming in at about 96,000? That is this little hammer candle right here. This is going to be major resistance. Do I think we get one more push up there? Probably. Want to be looking for a bit of a swing failure pattern. So if we get something like this, where on the daily time frame, right, we closing with a bit of a doji, a bit of an indecision candle, but if we pop up there, make a higher low, maybe a higher high, but bearish divergence, and then lose that area, that would be, a signal that we're probably going to come down to our box of peace and prosperity and death and despair. As long as we can stay above this box, generally I'm going to bullish and look for this, macro setup. In fact, I think that would be the more healthy thing for the market. Get one more swipe of the lows. I did see another theory about the death cross, and after the death cross, is it on the weekly? No, it can't be on the weekly. It must be on the, no, it's not there. The death cross is, right here on the daily time frame, and that is when, no, it hasn't crossed yet. No, it's because I'm using a 55. So if you're using a 50 and a 200, that's the purple and the green line. We have had a bit of a death cross. Let me see if that's actually accurate. Settings. I'm going to go to a 50 here. I'm going to hit OK. And did we get the death cross? No, it didn't even cross. Did it cross? Nope. Came close, but not, did there. So maybe perhaps another. We got to pump into the cross. We've reclaimed the white 200 simple. That's bullish. We're expecting, higher lows to come in somewhere in this area. And, one more test up to 96, get people bullish, and then throw it down one more time. That would be you know, and really as long as we're below this high here at 99,460, you know, call it $100,000, then yeah, you know, I don't get too excited here. Not too excited yet. Although Coinbase came out today and said, guess what? Sovereign nations are buying crypto. You had that big Jack Dorsey, you know, some kind of conglomeration coming out and saying, hey, we're going to copy Bitcoin or MicroStrategy's Bitcoin. So some bullish news coming out today. NASDAQ did put in a bit of a rally today. You know, there's a gap fill down here, so that could be some selling pressure. You know, resistance there. I want to see what happens when the stock market does have a down day to Bitcoin. Anyways, back on into it. We can see that short trade setup did fail there, and you know, I'm happy to say I was wrong, right? The bull flag, the bull case scenario did play out, and that was a bull flag from this area down to almost hit the measure move, and that does line up with the push up to 96.3. So that would be the next major area of interest, and then a retest of this trend line. That is essentially what I am looking for, and yeah, that's it for Bitcoin. Again, just circling back to our higher term time frame outlook here on the BLX. Let's see if it's there. Yep. If we do have a swing failure pattern up here, I would expect us to, you know, essentially swipe this low one more time. And otherwise, you know, if we can put in a higher low and get the daily trend reversal going, which would be, you know, we have the higher high. Now we just need the higher low. So higher low, higher would be your bull case scenario. Either way, I would like to see this area essentially hold, you know, above. Yeah, we just don't want to lose this area right here. I'm coming in at 88,000. So that's my take on the market right now, guys. I hope you enjoyed. And I wanted to let you know, if you wanted to learn how to trade, we're going to do a little promotion this month, crypto courses. You can sign up now for free. And, you know, you just click here, start here, sign up. And any of our new partners will get a cash bonus on BloFin, right? So they're going to offer a 10% cash back on deposits of Tether. So you got to deposit Tether, and so if you deposit $100, they give you 10,000, 1,000. Pretty nice promotion. And yeah, all you got to do is sign up for crypto courses and click on the link in the description below right there. And yeah, it's a good time to kind of start your trading journey. I would, you know, and if you don't want to start the trading journey, you know, make the deposit, get the cash, and run on home. That's what I mean today, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.